Hello and welcome to Art and Soul. Today we are going to do a project based on a sense of identity. This should be a pretty quick project. You can use any kind of media that you'd like. If you want to use canvas or something like that, just use a loose canvas, not anything with a frame on it. Today we're going to be using watercolor paper. It's got a nice weight, so you can put acrylic or watercolors or pen and ink marker, anything like that that you want. And as we talk about identity, we're going to be thinking about a couple of things that are most important to you, kind of what forms your sense of identity. And you want to try to make these as personal as possible as we move through this project. And as we go through, this is equal parts kind of processing our thoughts and concept of ourselves through the art, and then through the process of dismantling the art. So there's going to be a little bit of creation and a little bit of destruction in the whole process. So again, very happy to have you guys here, and I hope you have fun following along with this today. All right, welcome back. I have a guest joining me today to do this project in tandem. So we are both going to be working through this, and you'll kind of get to see some of the interaction for doing a project like this with another person. If you have somebody that you feel comfortable enough to do a project that goes into things like identity with, invite somebody to tag along with you. All right, so what you're going to do for this project, we're both going to do this, is write out 5 words, minimum of 5, that are really important to you and are a part of your identity. It can be anything you want, and you're going to write anywhere on the page that you want. The other thing that we're going to be doing is painting any shape that you want on this paper too. You can put your words down first. The Sharpie's probably not going to run. So you can put your words down first and then paint over them. Put colors that you associate with each of the different words that you associate with your sense of identity. I need a minute. Damn.
I had a head start. About 37 years.
It's funny because I've done this project before and I'm like, what the fuck did I write?
Maybe something that's important that you have not been looking at recently. One of your roles you haven't been getting to practice.
It's been several lifetimes since I've been an executioner.
That wasn't the one I was thinking of, but you go for it.
Okay, now that we've got all of our words on our sheet of paper, I had to start over. I messed mine up a little bit. These are all the words that we have on here, okay? So, read off some of yours, some of the ones that you thought were most important for you.
Daughter and mom tend to be the most stable roles that are most important to me. Mm-hmm. The ones I tend to put more focus on. Mm-hmm. But then out of those 2 roles, I found a whole bunch of others.
Okay.
My favorite, I think, is chaos creator.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And collector of ideas.
Yes. Yes.
And I get accused of being a protector.
Accused?
Which is probably accurate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like it. You have learner on there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. And then I'll just go through my little list. Instigator. Curious. Artist. Daughter. Intelligent. Creating space. Eclectic, open, partner, broadly. I enjoy partnerships with all different kinds of people, whether it's, work, personal, friendships, anything. And leadership. Cool. So this is the part where we're going to get the paints out and any other kind of medium that anyone wants, and create any kind of shape on this page that you want, whatever colors you're associating with all of these different words. There's not really an objective to this. This is just to put some paint on the paper, get some color happening, and just play for a little while and have fun with it. And I've got Miskit here as well. So this is something that you can use with watercolors. If you want to keep an area of the page from absorbing any pigment, you can put this on, let it dry, and then paint over top of it, and then you'll be able to rub your finger or the back of an eraser over this and it'll remove it.
Have you got a specific brush you want to use with the Miskit?
No.
Does the Miskit...
You can stick your finger in it if you're
Does it wash? Does it screw up your brushes is my question.
Not if you rinse it out quick enough.
Okay.
And again, I can buy more brushes. That is not the point.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready for it.
Oh. Yeah, let me put that over there. Try not to light anything on fire.
It's sort of some fun of it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to be doing a shape.
Mm-hmm.
A big shape.
A shape.
You have learned too well.
And if I'm hoarding brushes, let me know.
Okay.
I am an only child.
That's true.
I can share, I promise.
That's why your art stuff's so neat. I never had anybody else messing in it.
No, I broke their fingers and they went away.
You know something? I believe that. Let's see how long it's been since I worked on watercolor.
I don't know why I want pink so bad today.
I have pink.
Do you have pink?
Oh, I have.
That looks pink. Or is that red?
That's red. This is magenta.
Yes.
That's it.
Thank you.
Magenta rose.
Damn, painting with you got me over here being girly, putting hearts on my art.
I'm sort of afraid to bring all my art stuff up here. I'm afraid you might kick me out of the office.
Why?
Let's just wait and see.
I'm curious now. Would it?
There are massive amounts of it.
I was gonna say, would it look like Michael's exploded in here?
Uh-huh.
That's fine. I don't see a problem with that.
It looks like Michael's exploded in a preschool classroom.
That preschool classroom is the you part.
It's alright. Some chaos creator.
I gotta remember to make a shape out of this too.
Yes, because that was one of the rolls.
And what you can do, guys, for those of you who are using Miskit or something like that, I probably could have stopped and hit this with a hairdryer, but I think it's like tack dry enough to block absorption. But if you want to do it the quote right way, you can go ahead and hit it with a hairdryer too. You having fun?
I'm wondering about the colors I'm picking up.
We probably want to get our paint done in the next like 5 minutes. I know. It needs yellow. It's not happy enough. Let's just put it right on the canvas.
Well, sometimes it's not gonna be happy.
And kind of pay attention to what you're noticing that you're doing while you're painting too. Like if you're making kind of decisions about, you know, where you're putting things or what you're using and stuff like that, like, what's that about? It's kind of getting curious about yourself and what you're doing.
But admitting it's not mandatory, is it?
No, admitting it is not mandatory. You can keep it as an inside thought. But I think we get told a lot that what you think drives what you do, and I think that's largely wrong. It's what you feel that drives what you do, and we just like to pretend that we're a lot more logical than we actually are. And usually what you're thinking is driven by how you're feeling anyways. So even if you are, quote, driven by your thoughts, and that's what drives your behaviors, where did your thought come from? And if the answer is the way you feel, I promise I'll sand your table down and refinish it one day.
Okay, this table was especially dedicated to art.
Good.
The girl who gave it to me said, "Make a mess." I said, "No problem."
Yeah, we can oblige.
There's a little mud for you.
I haven't spotted on your paper yet.
Well, keep working on it.
I think mine's gonna need a hairdryer for a second. And for anybody who did use Miskit at home, what we're gonna do to remove this is you just take the back end of a pencil eraser and lightly push across it until it kind of rolls up into little, like into little rolls. It sometimes will make like a little ball, and then you can just pull this off, and wherever you had that Miskit, you won't have any contact with the paint on the paper, so it'll leave like little white patches. And you may have to work at it a little bit to get all of the Miskit off. So just take your time with that, okay? I'm so sorry if I shake the table. I had a really bad reputation for that in art class.
Since I've never had an art class, I'm probably not going to be too concerned about it.
Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit more paint over top of that real quick. You gotta... I need something purplish.
You probably want to use a brush, huh?
Well, I'm already just putting paint straight onto the canvas, so that's... Rule number 1 broken.
What?
Don't paint directly on the canvas. Which is probably one of my favorite things to do.
Why is that a rule?
I don't know, I got in trouble for it a lot. Also, don't apply your paints to your canvas and then mix on the canvas, because then you don't know if you're gonna get the right color or not. I always got the right damn color.
Well, you can just keep messing with it till you do.
Yeah. And also, while you're doing this, take note of anything that you're doing. Alright, so we're gonna move on to the next part of this project. So, as we're going through this, you're gonna need a pair of scissors. And this is definitely a project that would be better as a buddy system. So, what we're going to do with this is go through and cut through this. Each one of these has to be a separate piece. Okay, so all the individual words need to be separated into different sections of paper.
So I'm just cutting the words out.
Well, you're not trying to cut the words out. You want to leave it so that it's a whole image still at the end, like a puzzle.
Oh.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. And you can cut them however you want. Just don't cut through the word.
But you cut it off.
Yeah.
I can cut it off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when I said cut out the words...
I thought you meant like go in and like cut a little circle, which you could do. You're gonna find a way to fuck it up, aren't you? And as you're going through this, remember, like, pay attention to any decisions that you're making. Like, ooh, I do or don't want to cut through this section, or ooh, I want to keep this part or piece together. Because there's probably a reason that you're doing whatever you're doing. Alright. So now that we've got all these little parts and pieces hanging out here, this is the part where we're going to do a little bit of learning about ourselves and each other.
Okay.
And we might cause each other a little bit of little T trauma. You ready?
Sure.
Cool. Alright. So these are all the things that we each feel are integral to making us who we are. Okay? Think about all these different words that you've got out here. Got artist, instigator, open, eclectic, curious, daughter, leadership, partner, intelligent, and creating space. Go ahead and read through yours.
Tactile toucher, learner, feeler, tears, friend, observer of self. Others got cut out. Chaos creator, protector, mom, collector of ideas, daughter.
Okay. So, if these are all the parts and pieces of yourself, maybe not all encompassing, but the things that are important to you, the little game we're going to play is I'm going to take something away from you. It's no longer part of your identity. And you're going to take something away from me.
Oh, this could be fun. Okay.
So, I'm going to take toucher, tactile away from you. That's no longer a part of who you are. How's that feel?
Icky. Disconnected. Unstable, ungrounded. Kind of like floating.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and hurt my feelings.
Just for fun. Open.
Ugh. My world just got so small.
So you can float up in mine.
Yeah, I don't like that. Because part of the reason that I've done so many of the things in my life and chosen the paths that I've chosen is because I like having access to a lot of different people and a lot of different worldviews and people that are completely different from me. I like experiencing people. And if that goes away, it's like storm shutters just got put on the house. It's like going through a hurricane. When you can see out the little peepholes, it's kind of fun. You know, if you grew up here and...
You're talking about those plywood shutters.
Yeah.
Where you can't see anything.
Yeah. So then it's like you can't see anything and it gets scary. Whereas if you got a little peephole and you can see out and experience it, it's like, oh, this is cool.
So in some ways, there's similar experiences because I'm feeling like I can't hold on to anything, and you're feeling like you can't see anything. Just being real cautious here.
This is a double hit because you left 2 on the same card.
I know.
You left Daughter and Collector of Ideas.
I don't want to play anymore. So Collector of Ideas is about learning. And if I can't learn, I can't explore. You've just put hurricane shutters on my house.
You're welcome.
So now I'm floating around my house in the dark.
Well, what about Daughter? That just got erased.
I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, that one's kind of heavy.
And too close. Too close. Lots of pain comes up with that. I'm not doing that to you.
You were just going to go straight for the throat.
No, I'm going for the throat. It was just the wrong throat.
All right, I might have just died.
Wow. This is hard.
Yeah,
I thought this was supposed to be fun.
the first part was. Now we're doing the learning and growing part.
Okay.
Yeah. So if artist is taken away from me, it's weird because it's hard enough for me sometimes to actually own that word and apply it to myself. Usually other people will call me that more than I will call myself that. But the root of it, that is part of who I am. But if that goes away, ooh. Yeah, that feels hollow. Yeah.
It's amazing how much emptiness we can both feel just by losing a piece of ourselves that we value.
Yeah, that's like a very empty echo.
I think this is where we hug and kiss and quit.
Well, you've got stuff to do, so we'll pause and continue hurting each other's feelings later. So we're back.
Since we processed our feelings, we're back.
And had snacks. Which is
That's
part
what
of processing our
feelings.
Coping mechanisms. Okay, so I had taken Toucher, Tactile from you, Collector of Ideas, and Daughter. And you pulled Artist and Open from me. Go ahead and take another one from me, because this had 2. Okay.
Okay, so I got your leadership.
I feel whatever the feminine term for emasculated is.
That's a good question. Neutered?
I don't know if that's it.
I'm not thinking it's emasculated.
No.
I'm thinking it's angry.
It's a power thing, and not an unhealthy power thing, but just like part of my sense of power is tied up in my ability to successfully fill leadership roles.
It's an awareness of how powerful that is.
Yeah.
And if somebody takes it away from you.
Yeah. Well, and I'm an Enneagram 8, so.
Sorry about that.
We'll do 2 more of these. Friend.
Okay, so if you take that away from me, this is a very deep confession. It feels familiar. It feels familiar. And probably because of moving so far away from my friend group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Mm-mm.
It's very sad.
Yeah. I think the thing with friendships too, and it took me a really long time to realize this, but I think we kind of get taught to prioritize other roles over friendships, especially when we're young, like dating relationships in particular. I've probably had more grief over losing friends that honestly was maybe not deeper, but more profound than romantic partnerships, even if it was a really committed, what I thought was going to be a long-term partnership.
I don't think that's an unusual thing, because I do believe that as women we love our friends more deeply and differently than we love our lovers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're different things.
And they truly become sort of a part of us.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a big deal. And one of my biggest hurts in life was the loss of a friend.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that's a big deal. That's a big word
Yes, it is.
for so few letters.
Also, we wouldn't be sitting here together if it wasn't for that word, huh?
That's right. Exactly. Exactly. And it's something you have to practice.
Yeah.
And it changes every single stage of your life. You friend differently in different stages of your life.
That's very true. All right, pick one.
As your friend, I am really not liking picking all of these.
Yeah. It's okay. Make it hurt so good.
I would not actually want to take any of them away. Although it would be fun to hear what you think about this. It's one of my favorite parts of you.
Thank you. That took away some fun. Yeah. I like instigating shit. I get bored if I don't stir the pot.
That's I was thinking you would be bored out of your mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have a similar reaction to curious, too. But half the reason I instigate is because I'm curious to see what will happen. You know, those are tied.
Instigate is the behavior.
Yes.
Curious is the thought.
Joy and excitement is the emotion. Or, oh shit, I pushed that too far. But isn't it cool?
Extreme are the emotions.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what instigator feels like if that goes away. It's just a little bucket of fun got spilled out. Yeah. This will be our last one.
Okay.
I'm not gonna take.
Good. Don't you dare.
Okay.
I was told that my telepathy was really on this month. So. She can't decide how she wants to break me.
Oh, I know which one would break you, and I'm trying not to do that.
And I appreciate it.
This one.
Okay. What is that one?
Learner, and you have feeler and tears on there. So what was the association between feeling and tears?
Empathy.
Okay, gotcha. Ooh, we just made a sociopath. Little psychopath.
Why is that?
Well, without empathy.
Oh, if you didn't have empathy.
That was
True.
too literal of a jump.
For you? For me?
For me, I'm the one that made the literal
Okay.
inversion.
Okay. Got it.
Sorry. It's Friday.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Actually, I'd like to give a little bit of that away.
Empathy?
A little bit of my empathy away.
Yeah. Dial it down a little bit. Because it's not something that's easy to turn off.
And I've been practicing so long.
Well, yeah, it's what you're good at. Like, yeah.
I'd really like to turn out at least 25%. So you can have it.
I don't want that.
But the learner part,
Yeah,
what's the point in being here?
I know. It's like your whole bookcase out there just evaporated.
And everything I ever think about and wonder about,
All the videos you send me.
all the people, all the everything. Yeah, you take learner away from me, that's pretty core.
That. Oh, and I think learning, it's not just intellectual stimulation, it's emotional stimulation too. Depending on what you're learning. And we spend a lot of our time learning people, so.
There's a lot of dissecting. A lot of, if this goes, then what? A lot of science
Yeah.
in my head. Even if it's not a scientific project.
Puzzle solving.
Yeah, exactly. Pattern finding.
Big time. Okay.
Okay.
Last round, go for it.
I'll take this one. Because it goes right here with that one. And with that one.
I don't get to be weird anymore.
Nope. I just took away all your originality.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
How's that feel?
Dull. Yeah. It doesn't, yeah. Interesting with the eclectic. I don't know how much that one like bothers me. I think that would have bothered me a couple years ago more. Because I think now the eclectic stuff is a little bit more internalized, I guess. I think that's something that I used to feel like I had to, sort of manifest outwardly. And now most of the time I look as boring and basic as anybody else does. But it's something that like I don't feel like I need to. There's no need to broadcast anything.
It's something you own now.
Yeah, it's just you walk into my living room. There's half completed art projects hanging off of everything. I have weird shit all over the house. Like I have my little box when people are coming over that I run around like 20 minutes before people get there, and I hide some of my weird shit depending on who's coming over.
I'll have to work on that.
So
at your own pace.
At my own pace, yes. But yeah, that one doesn't hit as hard. Yeah. So, do you want to do another round, or do you just want to talk about what's left?
Let's talk about what's left.
Okay. Go for it.
About what we have left in our own stack? I'm assuming that this is the one you weren't going to take from me.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's fun on that one that, you have protector and mom right next to each other, and you protected mom with the misket.
Yeah, I protected the mom part of myself, not my actual mom. Because it felt like, because people tried to take it away from me. So I protected it.
But it's also kind of an interesting little pairing there, too, because, again, I'm not a mom, but a lot of that role goes into protecting other people. So then to turn that around and protect your role as mom is kind of an interesting thing to do.
It's kind of that the negative thing we were talking about.
Yeah. And then you've got your chaos creator,
which is not intentional. It's just kind of a byproduct of everything else. Goes right into everything. Goes into all the stuff you took away from me.
Sorry.
Okay, your turn.
We've got Let's start with creating space. We'll just kind of go down the table. The creating space, it was funny because I kept going back and forth about the little heart that's on that and which card I wanted to have the heart with. And then I just decided that I liked that particular color scheme and I needed to go based on aesthetics. But yeah, the creating space part, I don't think I ever would have seen that for myself as part of my life not that long ago. I kind of would focus more on creating my own little bubble and floating along in the stream versus, you know, putting some rocks in the stream and making room. Which I think that maybe is a result of some life experiences and frankly being really pissed off at a variety of people and situations and thinking things needed to be done differently.
Creating space for it to be done differently.
Yeah. Not necessarily about having any control over the space, but just there needs to be room and that space needs to be protected so that whatever grows there can grow peacefully. Yeah.
I concur. Yeah, you're creating great space.
Thanks.
I feel invited into the space.
Good. Because you are. And you can create as much chaos in it as you want.
By coming in late, making someone stay
kettle.
late.
I think for intelligent, that's one that would have hit me. I value my intelligence really highly. Sometimes I think I value it more than I should. Because, like, there are a lot of other ways that not just myself, but people in general contribute to the world, and it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with intelligence. Yeah, I think that one it's really important to me, but I also think sometimes I overvalue it.
Have you got it defined real tightly?
No.
As what kind of intelligent you are? Okay. Just wondering.
No. I mean, I'm real analytical and stuff like that.
No, I just meant, is it more academic or emotional?
It's all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, except for, like, some of the maths.
Okay. There.
Yeah. You know, and that's not to say that I think I can do any and everything at all, but generally I can figure most shit out. So yeah. For curious, that's a very innate part of me. Yeah. I think we already talked about that one with the instigator. Those two just go hand in hand. Curious about all kinds of stuff and people and anything.
Isn't it interesting which two are the last?
Yes, the relational ones. I see you. So daughter, interestingly enough, is the one I was most worried about you going for.
Wow.
Yeah.
And never occurred to me.
Exactly. It never occurred to me until that moment either. I'm like, when the hell did this role get so important? That has to be very recent. Because, I mean, I think even a handful of years ago, you could have pulled that and be like, okay, yeah, like, it is what it is. But now I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, and I stuck a heart next to that one too, which, like,
I noticed that.
Yeah, I kind of noticed myself doing it, and then I was like, well, all right, I guess I get to learn something about me today. Ew. But yeah, it was interesting because for a second, I think your hand hovered over it for a second, and I was like, oh, not that one, and then it was immediately like, oh, what's that about? But I think part of it, like, my parents are both, like, you know, they're both getting older. They're not, you know, like, both of them are, you know, doing well and everything like that.
Still younger than me.
But, you know, it's just kind of that, like, ooh, my relationship to that is... it is changing and it is deepening. Yeah. Which it's about damn time.
It's growing big time.
Yeah. I think that pretty much wraps us up.
I think this is a good exercise.
Yay.
I really do.
Yeah.
But I really think that people need to do it with someone that they know loves them unconditionally.
Yes.
And is not there to stab their heart out.
No. Or hurt or judge or anything like that. Yeah. This is definitely a trust building relationship that should probably be done already built on top of trust.
It's like if level 1 is building trust, this is like a level 3.
That's fair.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah. Cool.
Congratulations.
Thanks for coming to play.
You outdid yourself. Thank you for pushing me to come to play.
Of course, happy to instigate.